Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yes, Mark's hating on his fans, Becky's niche on the man. Play with two like a lion, household a dangerous alliance. I am a nightmare like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan House. This is the People's Podcast. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy Khan, ready to get out work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. That is what we do here at In Your House, and that is what we talk about. Hey, real quick, let me let you know where you guys can listen to us at. You guys can listen to us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Oh, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to. So, you guys know what we do here. We talk professional wrestling, and man, professional wrestling has evolved a lot, and the times are changing, and there is a new generation of not just talent, of fans too, and people that aspire to be talent, and people that can contribute to the business in a very, very productive and I think very cool way. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to reach out to a friend. So I did that. I did that last night. I reached out to a friend. He actually is a buddy of mine that I met at a wrestling show locally, and he also directed and filmed my first and second music video, "Story of a Champion" and "Premonitions." I know I've talked about the hip-hop thing on here a little bit. We mainly talk about wrestling, so I don't get too much into that. But yes. So definitely those music videos. I did not have any music videos, so those meant a lot to me. Really did. So cool. I still look at them to this day. I mean, "Story of a Champion" went viral. It was a great effort by all parties. But bringing it back around, like I said, this guy, he's been a fan for a long time. He's a young kid, young cat, you know what I mean? And definitely progressive, the future, you know what I mean? Like that's how we need to be, in my opinion. I'm not digging down any political rabbit holes here, but I think we got to keep moving forward and keep growing and be accepting. And ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm talking about is a personal friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to In Your House, independent filmmaker, Prince Paradox. How are you doing, bro?
Well, my friend, just shaking off the cobwebs and looking at a glorious morning.
Oh, I know how that is. I know you told me you was working pretty late.
Oh, yeah. Work late, work hard, make the money,
Gotta do it. Yeah, absolutely. So, like I was saying, man, being progressive and moving forward and not being archaic and stuck in the past. Like we see a lot from one Vince McMahon. But that's not what I want to talk about, Paradox. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about AEW. Let me ask you this. Did you catch Double or Nothing, or if you did not catch it, did you at least catch the highlights?
I did catch the highlights. I was at work during the actual show, but I did catch all the high spots, yeah.
Okay. Which is fine. Did you get a chance to see anything from their battle royal?
I did. Because they put it all on YouTube, so I was able to come home from work and just watch it.
Oh, cool. Was the whole thing on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got a chance to, because for me that was one of my favorite matches of the entire night.
Oh yeah, just like with all in the battle royal didn't fail to deliver. Like I loved it.
I loved it too, man. And I was actually talking excuse me, I was actually talking to my brother about it last night, and we were talking. And I was saying, man, these guys here don't it's not like a Royal Rumble where sometimes, or like a Battle Royal that you see on WWE where it's a lot of the same guys. Like this was like 25 very different individuals for the most part. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely going by talent and not by who they see as what could be a star.
Right. Yeah, they're just giving cats opportunities.
Absolutely.
I know I truly loved it. I mean, I got a chance to see guys like Brian Pillman Jr. I got a chance to see guys like Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus was really cool. Jungle Boy. MJF was a stud MJF was a stud the entire night, but you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, but man, I have to say fuck that guy, like, because he's an ass. I like him. Don't get me wrong, like I appreciate what he does, but man, fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
I like to compare MJF to how it was when I worked at the bar. It was just like I was such an asshole to everybody, but everyone like thought it was the coolest thing. It's like you can be a dick if you've got that much charisma.
If you've got that much charisma, you can be a dick. And man, it's working for MJF. He really stood out. I mean, if you talk about like possibly even the MVP of the night, because he showed up and showed out both times that he showed up on my television screen. He showed up and showed out at the Battle Royal because he was in there most of the night, and he showed up and showed out when he came out for the Bret Hart title reveal. I mean, he was great. That guy's a future star, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of potential with that guy. Hell, even at StarCast when he had to get carried out by security when he was in disguise, like that was great. Loved it.
Good guy. This dude, he's gonna be a star, and I think he knows it. I think he knows it.
I think he's known it since he was on the Rosie O'Donnell show as a little kid singing "You Are My Sunshine."
Oh no, was he really on there?
You have to look it up. It's great.
Are you serious right now?
Just type in MJF Rosie O'Donnell, you'll find it.
That is amazing. I want to find. I'm gonna do that after this podcast, as a matter of fact. But man, that's freaking awesome. Another and getting back to what I was talking about as far as being progressive is that I see you, Paradox, as a progressive young cat. You know what I mean? Cool, slick back, just the cool, like the guy in the shade smoking a cigarette, just being, bunch of tattoos, looking cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Definitely my aesthetic.
Yeah, but another thing that really stood out to me, was when I saw Sonny Kiss come out.
Yeah.
And another person who comes to mind when I talk about that is Nyla Rose.
Oh yeah, I love Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose is awesome, and one thing that stood out to me that maybe didn't stand out to a lot of people that night, Paradox?
What would that be?
The fact that Sonny Kiss and Nyla Rose was out there, and there was virtually no hate. There was no like bullshit chants, or transphobic, homophobic chants. And man, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, 100%. There was no animosity, and you know what? The company didn't make it like a big PR move of, oh, we have this representation.
Yeah.
No, they just these are great wrestlers. We want them in our company, and that's the way it should be.
Facts. Big facts. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. I couldn't have said it better myself. Now I will say this, and I'm not and forgive me in advance, Paradox, because I'm about to go on a rant right here. Okay.
All right.
So forgive me in advance. There is some scumbag piece of shit out there, and I'm not gonna say his name on this podcast because we're listened to in 14 different countries across the United States and locally here in Indiana, and I'm not going to give you I'm not gonna give you that oxygen, bro. I'm not gonna say your name, but there is one piece of shit that was out there in StarCast, that was out there at that event, and he was saying transphobic things and being a real prick, and now he's on Twitter right now. Once again, I am not going to at him. I'm not dropping his name. I'm not giving him that type of oxygen, and he's still doing it on his Twitter right now. And I don't know if you listen to this 5-star podcast, but if you do, fuck you. That's from me to you, buddy. But that's just how I feel about it. Paradox, you know what I mean? That had me hot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that guy?
If we're thinking about the same guy, and I'm pretty sure we are, then yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I gotta admit, I gotta keep it real. I wanted to see this guy. I saw a video of this guy at StarCast when nobody was there. He snuck into the press conference room and was talking shit. I'm like, this dude is, man, like, listen, I know that, you know, being a savage is cool and stuff like that, but dude was just straight disrespectful. I, for one, wasn't digging it. I don't know what your stance was on it, but dude was just straight disrespectful to a monumental event and bringing real change to the wrestling world.
There's a difference between being a savage and just being a shit person. MJF is a savage. That guy, yeah. That's just shitty. Like, there's no rhyme or reason, especially in 2019. Come on, man, get your fucking life together.
Facts. I agree with that. I think dude, I don't know what dude's deal is. I'm not sure if he's a basement dweller or if he's just looking for a little attention or what it may be. But buddy, that's not the way, bro. That's not the way. So if you do listen to this, man, I said fuck you and I meant what I said. But also, bro, get your shit together for real, because there's no need for that type of energy. Not here in 2019. We trying to grow and be better and be progressive. And that brings me right back around, now that my rant is over, back to Sonny Kiss. And Sonny Kiss, like, when I first saw a few months ago that they had signed Sonny Kiss, I had not seen or heard anything about Sonny Kiss. So of course, with any wrestler, I'm trying to do my research. And you know what? Sonny Kiss is dope. Like, when I saw before some YouTube videos of the move where he's like twerking and like his opponent's face in the corner. I'm not sure if you've seen that move.
I'm not.
Yes, he it's like a leg scissors where his hands are up on the top rope, and he's like he's in a position where he's gonna do a head scissors out from the corner and back into the center of the ring. And before he does it, he's like twerking on their face, and I'm like, wow. I've I think the only other person I saw do that was Naomi, maybe, but hell, he did it better than her. You know?
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know a lot about Sonny Kiss, much like you. Like, whenever they got signed to AEW, I, just went to the internet machine, and I liked what I saw so far. I wish I could have found more videos of, like, actual character work, because whenever I see a wrestler with that outrageous of a,
gimmick.
that's,
well, not even a gimmick.
I mean, the get up, like, attire.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm always afraid it's just for shock value and there's no character depth.
Yeah.
I think back to the old OVW wrestler Paradise, which I can only explain as Flamboyant Eugene.
Okay.
From what I remember, could not cut a promo to save his life, but it was super over because he was a Flamboyant Eugene, and it didn't gel with me because I feel like there needs to be depth.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I agree with that. Totally agree with that.
I don't have that much fear with Sonny Kiss, because if there wasn't depth there, despite the fact I couldn't find any promos, AEW would not, put someone without any credibility on their roster. I mean, And like I said, what I've seen, hell of a performer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And man, okay, so I like the wild beast, the wild beast, Nyla Rose. Moving on to her, I once again, I like the character. You know what I mean? And listen, whoever she chooses to be, that's on her, and I respect her choice. So with that being said, I'm gonna say this: I was not impressed with her in-ring work.
That's fair.
I wasn't. I wasn't. It seemed like that night at Double or Nothing. Once again, like the character. I got to make that clear. I think it's a good character. Maybe she's still growing. Maybe she's still developing as an in-ring performer. And maybe I just didn't. Maybe and maybe she just didn't get a chance to display her strong suits in that particular match. You know what I mean? Because with Awesome Kong coming in, you know, that was where all the attention was laid. But with that being said, it just seems like she was not in the match a lot. Like there was a lot of time where she was spent outside of the ring. You know those spots in multi-man or woman matches where like they take a powder for a little bit, you know, they roll out of the ring and then it's just two people in the ring fighting each other.
Yeah.
She did that a lot, and I just feel like I didn't see enough of Nyla Rose, and that's why I wasn't impressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely fair. Double or Nothing was definitely not a great display for Nyla Rose, but like you said, her character is amazing.
Yeah.
And which of course she was on the Canadian show The Switch, which is a comedy show, but so her character was always going to be great.
Yeah.
I feel like if they put her in some capacity in a program with Awesome Kong, who's been a dominant force of the women's division for over a decade now, she could really learn a lot from Awesome Kong when it comes to the in-ring stuff.
Yeah, and man, she can help her wrestle that. I mean this in the best possible way, that big woman style. You know what I mean? Like big man style, big woman style. She can help her with that because they're both, you know, thicker built. You know what I mean? And she could benefit from that type of tutelage.
Absolutely. You can be that destructive force that you know, can have 5-star matches with the Gail Kim type, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. I agree with that. And you bring up Gail Kim and Awesome Kong, and amazing feud, by the way. But man, I'm not sitting over here just tearing Nyla down. I am not doing that because, truth be told, I haven't even looked back and saw much of her work. I just know that she's got a great character, and I like the idea. And I think that she can portray it well. I just hope that that AEW is making sure that she's protected the way that she needs to be protected, and she can learn what she needs to learn, so that way in the future she'll, you know what I mean, she'll be an incredible character that can put on incredible matches. And I think that is coming. She's not like she's still young, you know what I mean? She's still super young, so she's got plenty of time to fix that work rate and style and stuff like that. And I think she's gonna do it because AEW is the right place to be at right now. I mean, that's just how I see it, man. I think that she's gonna learn and she's gonna grow within AEW, and it's perfect, man. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah, there's no better company at the moment to be green in at the moment. Yeah, they might not have $1 billion, you know, performance center, but
sure,
they've got the best minds and the best workers in the business, save for maybe New Japan on the work rate kind of thing at the moment. But even that's comparable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And man, the thing about it is you see these guys and gals, they can still do their indie dates. I mean, there's just so much cool things going on with AEW. They're just really revolutionizing the business. And another thing that I wanted to bring up, talk to you about was, I know that, like myself, you were a huge Dean Ambrose fan.
Oh, Uncle Moxley, yeah.
Uncle Moxley. But man, Dean Ambrose is no more. Dean Ambrose is
Oh
dead.
yeah.
Dean Ambrose died with the WWE. We now have Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley is home, and his new home is AEW. A little unscripted violence from Moxley. He says there's a paradigm shift. What do you think about seeing Moxley now affiliated and in a multi-year deal with AEW?
Could not be happier for the guy. He was obviously tortured with the monotony and the quote-unquote hokey shit that he was stuck with. So just to get to see him go out and be the Jon Moxley of old, hell, the Jon Moxley of new, who has gone through that system. Yeah, he's learned. He can go back to his deathmatch ways from the CZW starting ground, the training from Cody Hawk that made him the brute that he is, but taking the shitty albatross that the WWE has given him, using that as a weight to build himself up like he's coming back with shorter hair and a bulkier build.
Oh, man. And I don't know, just when I saw him at Double or Nothing, and I Paradox, he seemed revitalized, like just a new man, you know. And I haven't got a chance to listen to that Jericho podcast. I planned on listening to it today at work, but man, when you saw him in that ring, coming through that crowd and getting in that ring, and you saw him, what were you thinking? What was your thoughts when you saw him in that ring?
The first thing that ran through my head is, oh, hell yeah. And then the second thing was, my favorite wrestler at the moment is finally free.
Yes. And, dude, I'm telling you. I am afraid of a unchained, motivated Jon Moxley. I think we're about to see some of his best work yet.
Oh yeah, first match in AEW the fighter show is Joey Janela?
Yep.
That's gonna be insane. You know what? Either one is capable on their own, let alone together. And AEW's got Jimmy Havoc now. Throw all three into one feud, man. Oh God. You can wring out the canvas and donate that to Red Cross and save 1 million lives.
Yep, you can, bro. You're not lying. And dude, we still have Moxley versus Kenny Omega to look forward to, and that's probably going to go down at All Out in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I missed All In because couldn't get to my phone in a half-hour span. Yeah, but there's no way on this earth I am missing All Out.
Oh, man, I'm trying to be there. I'm working hard to actually try to be there, and StarCast 3.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't care. I already looked up the miles, man. It's 3 hours, 45 minutes. I'm driving it, bro. I am driving.
Oh, yeah.
I got the time off, so I think In Your House needs to be at StarCast 3, and I know a lot of different people listen to this podcast, a lot of different people. So if you're one of those different people that listen to this podcast, I want to let you know that In Your House does aspire to be at StarCast 3. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, man, AEW, it's going to be huge, man. It's going to be what professional wrestling should look like in 2019, 2020, and moving forward. And I've been saying it for a while, man. I think WWE is in a little bit of trouble right now, man. I don't know where you're at about it. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're going out of business. They're not going out of business, and not anytime soon.
Never going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But what do you think about WWE, and do you think they're on the ropes a little bit?
I think they gotta be, hopefully. If not, then they're gonna keep doing the same stale thing, and their viewership's gonna go down, and everyone's gonna go somewhere, and where somewhere? AEW.
Yep.
It's a lot of people compared it to WCW. Really, the only thing that I can see there is you got a $1 billion backer, TNT Network, and a Rhodes behind the scenes. People want to compare it to TNA, but that's just a whole can of worms that AEW's not going to get close to.
Right.
But there's finally minds who understand the business, who understand the people, who understand what wrestling used to be, can be, and should be, and as of now, will be.
Yep. I agree, man. I agree with you there. Man, so last question that I have here for you. Obviously, AEW is for everybody. It's for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's great. So let me ask you, and you being in the community that you are in, do you foresee Sonny Kiss and Nyla Rose being the true change that professional wrestling needs? And do you think that they are going to open up the floodgates for a lot of superstars like them moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, as someone who is part of that LGBT community, I do love seeing them in the company. And even though there is a chance they might not be the first ones in our community to be pushed to the moon,
yeah,
they are definitely opening the floodgates for more people to feel welcome to come in, to join. And who knows, by the end of 2019, we might have the first transgender women's champion, the first transgender men's heavyweight champion in a major wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing.
I think we're moving in the right direction, man. I think that AEW is taking on a life of its own. Everybody was talking about, and I even said it myself because I didn't want to get too ahead of myself. That's the thing, Paradox. Everybody wants to get ahead of themselves, and I wasn't. So for the longest time on this podcast, myself and, of course, my co-host, Mikey Hutch, you know him, we've said that it's an alternative. It's an alternative. It's going to be an alternative. It's not going to be competition. It's going to be an alternative. Well, now that the dust has settled from Double or Nothing, and I've seen what I've seen, Paradox, I think we might possibly have a war on our hands here.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be to the point of, who's going to put who out of business, but a war for quality, a war for the fans, a war for those ratings, yeah. Oh, it's afoot.
I agree, and it doesn't matter who wins the war, because during the war, the entire time, the true winners are absolutely us, the fans. So, Prince Paradox, this is your floor, this is your opportunity to be on this platform and plug whatever that you would like to plug. So, plug away.
Well, I do appreciate that, Con. Again, I am Prince Paradox, representing Riddlemint Productions at YouTube.com and Facebook.com, representing the Riddle Club also at Facebook.com. Always support In Your House podcast. 14 different countries. Let's make it 15. Let's make it 20. Let's get the In Your House podcast all around the world. Let's get Riddlemint all around the world, and together, let's change the world.
I agree with that. Let's change the world, Prince Paradox. And thank you so much for coming on my podcast and talking to me, bro. Truly appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me, brother.
Oh, no problem at all. Guys, this was another great episode. One more thanks to my guest, independent filmmaker, Riddlemint Productions, Prince Paradox. Guys, we do this here at In Your House. This is what we do. So, since this is what we do, let me tell you where to listen to us at. You can listen to us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Oh, you don't have an Apple device? Hey, that's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. Check us out. October 5th, Heroes and Legends 13, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're going to try to get those interviews. And check us out. Your boys, Heroes and Legends 13 is going to be on Fight TV. That is right. Heroes and Legends 13 will be on Fight TV. Guys, I tell you every time, hop on this bandwagon. Get on. Or get gone. Because the household, well, we go strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.